switch off the ignition and we sit and observe a moment of unenforced silence. The hospice looks like a new half like a new build house, homogenized, totalitarian and stark, and a Victorian workhouse. It reminds me of a halfway house somewhere near Wembley. I blink but cannot retrieve anything more than that. The sound of my brother rustling his coat. I did bring this. I look down at the book on his lap, a bright and colourful board book. Good night, moon. I nod and smile, and we exchange looks that speak more than any words could. We turn our heads in unison to the hospice. The grey clouds darken, threatening to break. It's for Belle. It has your name in the front. Maybe we could read it to Mum like she read it to us. I am silent for a moment. That's a nice idea. Oh, what? I forgot to pack Lucy's food bowl. Matthew does not respond. Never mind, I'll call Harriet later. Okay. Shall we go in? Cecilia has had two very good days. Who, sorry? The carer looked at me worriedly. Your mother? Oh. Yes, of course, I haven't heard her name like that for... Sorry. The carer shakes her head dreamily as Matthew emerges from the lavatory. She's doing a lot of role play at the moment. We quiz the carer with our expressions. Often we find patients will act out a role that has been influential or vital to them. Your mother appears to be teaching. She was a teacher? Matthew swallows. A vocal coach and a singer. Yes, well, she's certainly retained a lot. Anyway, Hebe? That's right. I believe you know where to go, the final door at the end. One of the trainees is with her. Thank you. Yes, thank you. You're most welcome. We stand almost touching shoulders and look down the dim corridor at the last door. Light creeps from the cracks from all four edges, but it is the bottom slither that makes a pillar of light on the carpet. We slow march together, shoulders bobbing and brushing as we go. Hi, come in. I'm just finishing up. Cecilia, you've got some visitors. Hi, Mum. Matthew stays silent. Are you by the door? Come in, Hebe. That's right, Mum. Cecilia's sight has deteriorated further these past few days, but she's got plenty of gumption. Gumption? No, gumption, right. Well, anyway, it was lovely to meet you. I'll be back with your lunch, Cecilia. Thank you ever so much, Sarah. It's Sarah. Is it? Oh, I am sorry. Thank you, Sarah. We all exchange knowing smiles, and then the door shuts, and it is us three once more after all those years. Mum, I have someone here with me. Is it Lucy? No, a human. Oh. She reaches for her glasses, but does not manage to feel for them on the side table. She scratches her head where her hair recedes and coughs. Matthew gulps and backs away towards the door. Our mother coughs violently, emitting a yellow gunk. I reach and give her a tissue and help her wipe her chin. Thank you, Sarah. I glance at Matthew, whose upside-down smile he buries his body into the door. Matthew is here, Mum. Matthew? Matthew? She reaches out into space for Matthew's hand. Come here. We all wait for something to extend out and touch us with a sense of something larger, a sense of righteousness. But no giant hand caresses us, no burning bush, no tumbling stone, but Mozart's Piano Concerto 27, Allegro, seeps into the room, and it takes me a moment to realise it's not playing in my mind. Matthew inches forward. He still says nothing. She grasps the air as though she is holding his hand. Oh, dear boy, how are you? I have something for you. Here. She taps the air as though patting his hands. She rises from her chair and feels about the space. When she reaches the bedside table, she reaches in and pulls out an old leather strap with what looks like a vintage dress watch attached. This is the real deal, so your father said. He bought it when he was placed at the base in Arakarati. She wobbles and sways, and Matthew reaches her and finally touches her for real. She visibly relaxes. He guides her by the shoulders back to her chair. I sit because my knees command me. Matthew crouches by her side. Hi, Mum. Happy birthday. Birthday, is it? That's funny. I dreamt about birthdays last night. All sorts of birthdays. My birthday, your father's birthday, Hebe's birthday, your birthday, Matthew. Wearing your homemade crown and eating homemade baklava. I exchange a look with Matthew. It's great to see you, Mum. Well, tell me, How is your singing? Do you do your exercises? Matthew hesitates. I shrug. I haven't sung since I was... Listen, you must keep up with your exercises. Remember what the aim is. We are aiming at freeing the natural voice. It's quite simple. It might be contentious to suggest that sighing is more relaxing for the body and therefore the voice than meditation, but despite what the Buddhists will have you believe, it is a fact. Matthew swallows. I am a painter, Mum. Mum? Who's that? It's Matthew. Matthew? I thought you were in New York, trying to be an artist. There is a long silence. She tries to scramble up again. I have something for you, Matthew. Your father. A watch? That's right. I have it, Mum, I have it. It's beautiful. The gold glistens against the creeping sunlight that seems to be slowly invading the space. The Roman numerals. The cabochon sapphire glistens and Mozart's piano tingles. Sarah, I decide to answer. Yes? Would you turn the music down for me? I can't stand Mozart. I lower the dial. Matthew makes a motion with the book in his hands. Do you remember this book, Mum? Good Night Moon? You used to read it to Hebe and me. Good Night Moon? My sight is not what... Try a few lines, remind me. Good night, moon. Good night, mush. Good night to the old lady, whispering hush. Suddenly the sun is gone again, and rain the size of hail hits the glass of the old sash windows. A gale howls and sounds like voices from the deep. I see our mother looking like our grandma, searching for her husband in the lemon grove. The man she finds is standing in the moonlight, pouring dirt over his head.